itself as a PS5 killer. But it's
You better run away from the PS5 killer. You better run away from the PS5 killer. Are you serious, bro? It has the same exact RAM and the same exact CPU, bro. Like, I get it. Y'all want to keep glazing for this upgrade. That is perfectly fine. But to go as far to say that this is a PS5 killer, man, you people on some severe case of pony dust, bro. Like, come on, man. It's either that or something else.
is starting to seem that way, because from where I sit, there has been a pretty big shift in how the PS5 Pro is being spoken about. And sure, we expected PlayStation to talk about their product in a good way. I didn't expect them to downplay it, but the
Yeah, just like how you're downplaying the base PlayStation 5.
Mark Cerny video talked about the Pro in a way, and it felt more for the enthusiast.
Yet for some reason, we don't see that in the comparisons. Every time we take a look at these games, they look practically identical. So whatever these people are saying to you, clearly it ain't true. Did they also tell you that it's the same CPU? Did they also tell you that it's the same exact 16 gigabytes of GDDR6 RAM? No, I don't think they told you that, did they? But yet you people want to make these claims that it's the most powerful console in the world, all because they decided to increase the GPU, which is more than likely going to be a bottleneck for the Pro, because it was even a problem for the PS4 Pro in some games. Man, come on, bro. Like, I get it, man. Y'all want to glaze for this platform, that's fine, man. But stop trying to find every single justification as to why you people want to pick one up.
Video made more for me than the general public. The way they were zooming in on the images, we were kind of critical of it here about, look, you didn't do the greatest job justifying the $700 price point.
And yet you can see that with your own eyes, but just because they told you something, it's giving you this little glare of hope. Bro, you just said it yourself. Oh, yeah, we couldn't tell between the screenshots and the comparisons, but the way they explained it and described it is the reason why I'm going to go pick one up. Bro, I'm going to tell you something, man. People like you are the ones that are single-handedly destroying this gaming community, man. You guys sound more ridiculous than the same dudes that picked up the Nintendo Switch OLED, all because of a different screen. But you know what? At least I can say they paid for the quality of the screen, and it was only $50. You people out here justify paying $700 for this garbage, claiming that, oh, well, they can do that because Sony's like Apple. But yet, where are you guys benefiting?
But as things progressed, it looked like Sony was going to let Digital Foundry and other tech outlets do their marketing, which I think can be an effective way for people to learn about your product. You're not saying it, somebody else is. But then I started seeing devs specific.
The only reason why they talking about it because Sony don't want to tell you the truth. They don't want to sit there and tell you that the RAM is the same exact thing. They don't want to sit there and bring up the fact that the CPU is the same exact thing. Sony told you all they did was slightly increase the GPU. They've already stated this to you guys already, but yet y'all want to sit there and claim that it's the most powerful platform in the world. It's more powerful than a $2,000 PC. You know what I mean?
We talk about PSSR. And one dev prompted me to make a video where I called it the PSSR effect. And the day that video went live, PlayStation published a trailer where Insomniac talked about the Pro in a way that I did not see coming. Some are just dismissing this video, saying, it's just marketing, it's flowery terms and glowing praise. But I heard statements that I did not expect.
You heard what he said? I heard statements. But when he visually looked at it himself, he was like, well, we clearly couldn't see the difference. I don't care what Sony told you. Just like Sony told you that these systems were 8K, and yet I can guarantee you, you will more than likely not see one 8K game on the PS5 Pro. We're still doing this again, people? Are you serious?
Here from a mid-gen refresh console that I thought was mainly targeting the hardcore fan base. The PS5 Pro is starting to feel more like a generational shift.
What?
Like when they were marketing the PS5.
Generational shift? Yeah, it's so generational that y'all gonna be playing the same exact games. It's so generational that when GTA 6 comes out, it's still gonna be capped at 30 FPS. What do you mean by generational?
Against the PS4, you're shifting generations.
What? Yo, what are you guys smoking, man? It can't be pony dust no more, man. I'm telling you, man. There's got to be something else going on here in the PlayStation community, man. What are they doing feeding you in those carrots? Are you serious? Like, this dude's talking about the PS5 Pro like it's a PlayStation 6.
Now, you might not agree, so...
Oh, no, we don't agree. Oh, no, we don't.
And whenever I upload a video like this, I follow with a live stream to discuss the topic with you, along with other gaming news. And if you like this kind of content, hit like and subscribe. So first, Game Changer, the same day that I uploaded a video saying this was the element of the Pro that was the sleeping giant in the room. So be sure to check out that video to see what I had to say about why I think.
Yo, the damage control is so unreal. No wonder nobody respects the PlayStation community anymore, man. This is getting out of hand, bro. I'm sorry, man. I mean, go ahead, buy the Pro if y'all want, man. Do whatever y'all want with your money. But to go as far to claim that the PS5 Pro is the PS5 killer, even though every single game is going to be optimized for the PS5 Slim and base model first, goes to show you how ridiculous your take is. Claiming that it's a generational leap. Are you serious? Bro, come on, man.
PSSR is
There's no way.
And just a little late addition here. There was a second video that went up about Spider-Man 2, and I'm going to include that in this video. It literally not able to do before on the PS4. And there's actually more as well. Somebody says this in the video.
Yo, he's
what excites me the
capping.
most about the PlayStation 5 Pro is that you're basically getting both performance and fidelity in one package.
I thought y'all was already playing games at 4K 60. So what is the point? So you're trying to tell us in the Xbox community that you guys have been lying this whole time? That you haven't been playing games at 4K 60? Like you've been claiming ever since the PS5 has launched? And now you justifying buying the PS5 Pro for the same thing that you guys been bashing Xbox for?
There's no fear of missing out on something by choosing one or the other. It's really a game changer.
I thought this game was already 60 FPS.
Now, we have a dev using a term, fear of missing out, FOMO, that's commonly a frowned upon term in live service games, and basically saying, if you're on the base PS5, there's a fear of missing out because you have to choose between the modes. Now, immediately after this quote, another dev says this, our players no longer have to choose, and that means
So the game probably more than likely will probably hit a native 4K resolution. At least this is what I would hope. It would hit a native 4K resolution. It'd be played at 60. Because I'm assuming this game, I thought this game was 60 even at quality mode, at least from what I played. Maybe I can't remember. But that also goes to show you that you guys ain't nothing but a bunch of hypocrites. No different than the whole SSD. You know, it takes an SSD to run this game, and then we found out that you could do it on PC without one. I mean, come on, man.
seeing the true
Sony just
vision of
lied
the
to y'all.
game that we're trying to create. So the truth,
Introducing the new
what I'm hearing from PlayStation, they seemingly feel the same way. Halfway through the PS5 gen, and they are pretty strongly propping up the Pro over the base PlayStation 5
Which
model.
is even more embarrassing considering that they only had remasters and remakes on the base. You see that? And y'all want to put your trust and your money into Sony? Look at how they treating y'all. Like, this is embarrassing, man. Sony had the audacity to throw out some remasters and remakes and claim that, oh, that's why we got to justify the Pro because we didn't give you that next generation experience that we were supposed to. And on top of that, make sure you guys go buy that remastered game, Horizon Zero Dawn again, for the update, for $10 upgrade. Man, I'm tired of Sony, bro. If this is how Sony's managing their business, man, I will never buy another PlayStation.
Now, they must think that the over 60 million people who have a PS5, they're either A, not going
Dummies.
to be bothered by this, or B,
Or suckers.
they're going to be compelled to upgrade, or C, they won't be bothered enough to leave or switch. They might just grumble about it online. This is a level of market power that some people were concerned about. I said that PlayStation really started to feel more like Apple lately.
And
with
you're going to act like that's a good thing.
just how they were pricing their stuff and even taking
Which a lot of people would say that Apple overprices their stuff with hardly any
some
improvement.
things out of the box. And the market
And you're justifying, oh, just like how Apple takes things out of the box. So you're justifying Sony doing that with the Pro? Seriously? I hate to break it to you. Sony ain't no Apple because Apple has far more money than Sony. Let's get that situated right here before we even go on and continue with this. So when you want to sit there and compare Sony to Apple, what comparison is really being made here, guys? To me, it seems like they're giving you more of an inferior product for a higher price tag.
marketing of the Pro is certainly trending in that direction to sounding more like Apple. The analysis about how many Pros would sell might have been lower than Sony indicated that they were entering into the latter half of the console cycle, not the latter stage as many people falsely reported. It said latter half, and you
like
might
how does this person even have a YouTube channel, man? The fact is, I don't mind you guys clicking on his videos and just laughing at him, but the fact that you guys think, like the fact that a guy like this is a person that you guys follow for gaming news and credibility, that's where I'm gonna have to call it out, bro. Because it's crazy how you guys, I'm saying for the people that do enjoy this man's channel and think that he's bringing the real truth and awareness, like you're being fooled, bro. Like this man's not articulating anything. The PS5 Pro has the same CPU and the same 16 gigabytes of RAM. GDDR6, 16 gigabytes of RAM. What are you talking about, man? The PlayStation 5 Pro ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, you can't afford it. Go ahead, use the excuse. We already know what you guys want to say, man. It's so predictable at this point. How about you argue that point? Oh, no, y'all don't want to talk about that because it goes against your whole argument.
See that and think, okay, we're 4 years in. Latter half would mean we've got 4 more years. But I actually think that statement is vague for a reason. I do not think they have a hard line date for the PS6. And a recent article from VGC could help support this. Now, the article was titled, PlayStation CEO says PS5 Pro was a 5-year project. Development started before the PS5 launch. Now, some are taking a statement at the very end of this article and potentially misunderstanding it.
Oh, no, there ain't no misunderstanding. It shows you that Sony was out here suckering with the PS5, and that probably explains as to why there's a lot of remasters and remakes, because they're not fully, completely done with the PS4 generation. What are you talking about, bro? This makes complete sense. Ain't nobody taking the latter half of what is said there. We could clearly see that with the games that Sony is offering to you. They're offering you PS4 games under the PS5. We could see that, bro.
I read it at face value. I thought, oh, wow, well, this gen's going to last 10 years. Here's what he said. We design everything with having one ahead in our mind. It's not like we just make a next step and we don't know about the 2 steps ahead. That's not our way of working, because we need to make sure that the 10-year-old generation cycle continues to go as well. So if you consider this, okay, the PS4 was released in 2013, and when they stopped making first-party games for it, it was 2023. And
Wrong! What do you mean? What are you talking about, bro? There's still games dropping on the PS4. What are you saying? Now, if he wants to go as far to say because of games like Lego Horizon, then I can see that argument within that 10 years. But you can't even say that because they had Sackboy. They had a lot of games that dropped on PS5 and still dropped on PS4. But he's bringing up the 10-year lifespan. So I guess you can kind of be right because let's see. Are they dropping any games on PS4, guys? Let me see. Sony themselves. I'm trying to think. I mean, but they kind of aren't. But then at the same time, they're just using PS4 games to push titles for the PS5, though. Which is kind of concerning. Which is kind of taking the steam out of a lot of these games. I don't know. I guess give or take. We'll have to see how far this goes, though, personally. But like I said, Sony's constantly changing their business strategies because they don't know what really works anymore.
Was when Spider-Man 2 released, so that tracks. They supported the PS4 for 10 years. This means that you will likely see the PS5 base model get games all the way until at least 2030, 10 years after it came out. But he said something else that I think gives a glimpse into what the PS5 Pro means going forward. But the main thing was, there are technologies we can grow up in. So I think this pushes the PS6 release date window to 2029 at least. But it also means that they view the Pro on equal footing to how phones are updated. He brought up phones.
Oh, wow. We're comparing video game consoles to phones, guys. And we're going to sit there and say, as a console gamer, that's a good thing. You know what, man? I mean, at this point, if y'all still have faith in consoles, man, then I don't know what to tell you, bro. All Sony is doing is stalling the inevitable, giving y'all PS4 titles that y'all can play on your PS5 while offering you very minimum amount of games. Clearly, we could clearly see what type of vision Sony got here, man. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And the PS5 Pro is the PlayStation 5 killer.